In the last lecture, you learned that moving your front page to be more like a sign-up form can grow your email list faster. And in this lecture, I'm going to give you a third tip to grow your email list faster, and that is using a third-party plugin that can help you improve the design of these sign-up forms that are in your sidebar and also at the end of blog posts or pages, and also a plugin that will allow you to have a pop-up come on your screen. And so this is a very common way to collect more email addresses. So there are a ton of options that you can use. There are so many tools. You could spend a ton of time trying to figure out which is the best one. So I'm going to give you my recommendation for one that I'm going to use, and also how to get it set up, because essentially the process is going to be the same no matter what tool that you use. So the one that I'm going to use is by the company that I bought my theme from. So it's mythemeshop.com once again, and you can search for a WP Subscribe Pro, and you can get a sense of the tool here. Now, it is a paid plugin, just be aware of that. So there is a price tag on this, but again, it's something that's going to help you grow your email list. So you can demo this once you come in to get a sense of what it's like. And I think you can see here straight away the advantage of maybe using this tool. Definitely the sign up form in the sidebar grabs a lot more attention because it has some nice color here, and also you can really control the text a lot easier. Now you can do that if you want to adjust the HTML in the widget like we did before. So you take the code from MailChimp and then you add in stuff like a background color. But if you're not technical, like me, you're not a designer, that can be tough to do. So it can just be good to get a tool to help you do this easier. So as well as this sign up form, you can control the text color, etc. You can also control, if you don't want people to have to confirm their email and just send them straight through to the thank you page, you can opt out of that double opt-in. So that can be helpful as well, because you might lose a lot of people who don't end up confirming their email. Now, as well as the sidebar, all that stuff, they have a pop-up in the tool here. And you can set all sorts of controls for this, like when this pops up. Does it only pop up when people are leaving the site and they're moving towards this exit button? You can set that up. Does it show up as soon as they hit the site? Does it show up as soon as they, if they've been on the site for 5 minutes or after a minute? There's all sorts of controls that you can set so that it doesn't annoy people, but that you can capture an email address if they haven't done so already. The great thing about this tool, and like many of these tools, is you can change the colors very easily to suit the design of your site if you've got a particular theme, and you can see that changes both of it there. So these are really handy if you want to make quick changes, and in particular I think this WP Subscribe one is pretty good. This is the one that I'm going to use, as well as having the theme support. If you go with these guys, you get the support for the plugin. But essentially the process is going to be the same. As soon as you buy it, what you're going to do for any tool that you use is essentially download the plugin. So I've already bought it here. And one of the things as well is if you buy this once, you can use it across multiple sites, which is pretty good. So you just need to download it, and then essentially it's the same process as uploading any different plugins. So you come back into your dashboard, you come into plugins, add new, then you come to upload plugin. You choose the file that you've just downloaded, install that, activate the plugin, and now we have our list of plugins here. So let us try and find it. Here we go, settings. So this is all the settings for the pop-up. I'm going to leave that for the moment, and actually if we want to just start with the sidebar, we can come into widgets. And now we're going to see, here we go. This is the widget that has been added in as a result of installing this plugin. So we want to add this widget to the sidebar. We just drag and drop it over. Now we select, our MailChimp as our email provider. And what we have to put here is really the link to our MailChimp account, because we want to make sure that the emails are going there. So to find this, you want to log back into your MailChimp account. And what we're looking for is this API key. So if we come down to account, extras, API keys, you'll see an API key here. If you don't see this, you just go create a key and that'll pop right up. So I'm going to copy that, paste this in here, and now we need a list ID. So this is for our MailChimp account, but you could have multiple lists, so you have to specify which list you want to send it to. So to do that, we come to our lists, and come under settings, click the first one there, and here we go. This is the list ID. So we copy that, paste that right in there, and then you can really hit save. Now you've all sorts of options here for the widget to change, the title, the text, what you're saying after the thank you message, etc. The colors that are there, all of that sort of stuff. Show thank you page after subscription. So you want to put that in, put in your thank you page. Now I'm going to be changing this text later and maybe the colors, etc. So if we go ahead and save that and come back to the blog, you can see that this has been updated here. Now I can make this look a lot better. I might remove this border, etc. But you can see that maybe that grabs a little bit more attention than this here. So as well as setting it up in the sidebar, you can come back and you should be able to see the tool. Where is it? Come to plugins. So I'll make sure that that's saved. Come to plugins or installed plugins. And here we go. If we want to change the settings for the sign up, it's essentially we enable the pop-up first, and then we have to change the settings, and you can preview it there. So that is essentially another tip that you can use, another way that you can grow your email list faster. It's actually using one of these third-party tools to not only draw more attention to your sign up form in the widget, but also if you wanted to install it on one of your pages, you can do that, and it'll be a similar box type thing where you can control all the text very easily, and also then pop-ups. So once again, there are many different tools that you can use that do similar things, but the process is always going to be the same. Generally, it's going to be a paid plugin that you just download and upload back into your WordPress dashboard as a plugin, and then there's some settings that you need to change, and then you need to integrate it with your MailChimp account. So I hope you found that tip helpful. Revealed another way to grow your email list faster, and in the next lecture I've got one final tip which is a little bit more advanced, but I think you will be very interested in it.